Oh yeah, and while we're at it, if you're another race group and y'all start going through stuff, war all over the other side of the world, or you're in America and y'all start going through stuff in America, don't come to black people. Especially don't come to black women. Y'all on your own. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not trying to hear nothing. I'm not marching for nobody. I'm not holding no sign for nobody. I'm not doing. I'm not eating at my favorite restaurant because you going through a lot with whomever y'all going through it with. That ain't got nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with black women. Because whenever it's time to organize and make change, everybody wants to look at black women. Oh, you're not going to say nothing? You're not going to use your large platform to say nothing? No. No. If it don't have anything to do with black women, I'm not talking about it. If it don't got nothing to do with moving black women forward, I'm not talking about it. I don't care. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't care. Especially with that stuff on the whole other side of the world. And then y'all gonna vote for this man? Oh, yeah, no. I'm not about to worry my little head about what y'all have going on anymore if y'all are not going to look out for the best interest of black people. I'm not. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna do my daily routine. If I look on the internet and it ain't got nothing to do with black women, it don't concern me.
Black women and black women only, I am talking to you. This world has showed us time and time again what they think about us. Those numbers showed us exactly how they feel. And that's not our concern or our business anymore. It never really was. What is our business is us, our community. It's time for us to connect and to connect in person and to build. We need everyone that is aligned with the betterment, growth, and advancement of the Black community. This means that we are connecting together in real life, Black local farmers, business owners, mentors, school teachers, construction workers, lawyers, doctors, nurses, working people, hairstylists, nail techs, chefs, everyone. We need everyone. Cybersecurity. We need everyone to tap in. Whatever your specialty is, we need it. Tap in. We need everybody that is in alignment for the betterment of Black people to come together now.
This post is for black women and black women only. Sis, while we are calling our power back, while we're taking the ancestral practices of community care, engagement, liberation language, while we're taking all that back, can we also be menaces? I think it's time for us to be menaces. We've been so kind and patient with everybody. We have been so giving and nurturing to everybody. I think it's time to be menaces. I think it's time for us to pull out our inner Fannie Lou Hamer. I think it's time for us to pull out our inner Shirley Chisholm. I think it's time for us to pull out our generations of hellraisers. We have epigenetic resistance encoded in our DNA. Let's cause some hell.
Hey guys, welcome back again to the channel. So good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So I came across this video on the street of TikTok where black women are calling other black women to come together for them to reunite and become a formidable force. Okay, seeing how the election turned out and how people do not really care about their them at all, okay, and what their needs and all of that. They have decided to come together, and they're saying if you're going through whatever you're going through and you never supported the black community, you're on your own. They don't care. They're actually in their resting era. They're not ready to support anybody who is not in the black community or who never cared about their well-being. So yeah, that's exactly what they're saying in this video. So let's go ahead and listen to these creators, then we'll come back and we'll talk more about it. Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section as we watch along, and please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Also give this video a thumbs up so that more people can watch it. Thank you. Let's go watch.
Black women, this is not a reflection of you. You are strong, brilliant, beautiful, soft, feminine, encouraging, vivacious, resilient, fearless, bold. You are everything and more to this country, whether they want to give you your flowers or not.
moving forward, because we always have to move forward. We always have to get ourselves together and keep pushing forward. You do not have to stand up for anybody you don't want to stand up for. You do not have to protest. You do not have to donate. You do not have to govern. You do not have to repost. You do not have to share. You do not have to make content based around anything other than yourself. It is time to wrap up these silk presses and our beautiful silk bonnets and protect ourselves. Move accordingly. Self-govern, because those microaggressions are about to get real macro, and we're going to need all the strength to show up at work, to show up at the grocery store, to show up at our kids' games, to show up at family functions, to show up at friends' functions. We need everything we got. Nobody else is deserving of it at this point. They have showed us time and time again that we do not matter, that our voices do not matter to them, that their own privilege or perceived privilege is higher than their actual position in society, is worth more than what they are actually receiving. What else can we do aside from worry about ourselves? And to the Black community as a whole, we gotta stop this red pill bullshit and come together. Who should pay? Who shouldn't pay? I mean, I've played into it as well. But at the end of the day, what are we fucking doing?
So since we are now, as a collective, Black women in our rest era, I decided to kind of like tell you guys what I'm going to be doing for the next 4 years. I will be getting fine as fuck. Okay, I will be getting in the best shape of my life. I will be creating content consistently and building my social media strategy business. So if you want to see a Black girl get fine as fuck, build a business, focus on her YouTube channel, you know what to do. Because I'm not going to lie to you. Yesterday, something in me shifted. I can't even put it to words. I'm going to try, but something in me shifted yesterday. Something in me shifted in a way where it was like, you know what? It is time for you to stop being in service to other people and focus on your motherfucking self. It is time for you to start to put yourself first. It is time for you to start to prioritize yourself. It is time for you to stop playing with your potential. Like, something in me shifted. I can't even describe it. And as I scroll through TikTok, I realize I'm not the only one. And that makes me feel so fucking great, because it makes me realize that we all are good. Like, we're good off you. We're good. We're good. We're good. I'm not even going to go into specifics, but just know we're good. We're done. We're good. We're good. Those who get it, they get it. And now that we are where we are, I'll be getting fine as fuck, making as much money as humanly possible, and I will have my noise canceling headphones on for the next 4 years. Honestly, until the foreseeable future. Another thing that I've done is I've unfollowed anybody that was following the person that won, because I refuse to say his name. I also have deleted all of my dating apps, and I've also deleted my profiles because I'm done. I've already been unintentionally doing the 4B movement, but now I am actively announcing it out loud. I am a part of the 4B movement, okay, until the foreseeable future. So for the next 4 years and onward, depending on what is put in place and what kind of mess happens, and onward, I will be in the gym, holding my camera, editing content, building a business.
Following this election, I have never seen so many Black women say that they are stepping back and prioritizing themselves. Even though I'm Nigerian British, I follow so many Black American creators, and in the run up to the election and every election, there's always so much advocacy, promoting like where the poll stations are, speaking about the elections. There's always so much work done by Black American women when it comes to their elections. Like, they have never taken a backseat. As long as I've been online anyway, it's always been a huge priority for them. Like, I've never seen this where almost all of them, at least most of the creators I follow on here, Threads, everywhere, have said, no, I'm prioritizing my peace, I'm prioritizing my community, I'm prioritizing people who look like me, I'm prioritizing myself. And I think a lot of them are kind of excited for what this new season of not giving an F is gonna bring. Like, feel so inspired by how much they've just decided to draw a boundary. You've just decided to say, nope, no more, I'm not doing anymore. And I think some of us can learn from that. Like, diaspora wars is always gonna be a thing. As cousins, families fight all the time. But one thing I find so incredibly inspiring is how you lot put yourselves first. When push comes to shove, you lot know when enough is enough. And I love that. I think there's a lot.
For the third time, the majority of white women voted for Trump. For the third time. I wasn't sure what I was going to say. This is what's coming to mind. Thank you for confirming what we knew, but we didn't want to accept. Thank you for doing like you always do. You tell us what you think we want to hear. You literally play in our faces. You smile, you're polite, you're sweet. You sound like you are for all women. You say things that makes us believe that we're all in this thing together, that we're all the same. Because you all keep saying that. We're all the same. We are women and we want the same things. And when it comes down to making changes where we will all be treated the same, in theory, on paper, you betray us. I don't know if it's that you all want us to believe that trickle down actually happens to where when you benefit, we benefit, or you really just had no intention. You really had no intention of making sure that we all are okay. And so, as a resident Black woman who hung her cape up in 2019, and I said in 2019, I'm not dragging people to success no more. I'm not putting myself out there for folks anymore. I am a filmmaker. I'm an award-winning director. I'm a screenwriter. I teach acting, screenwriting, and directing. And up until 2019, I was literally exhausting myself helping people for free because I wanted everyone to win. And then I saw the blowback from that even giving of myself and my body and my time just wasn't enough. And people were continuing to take from me. I just decided 2019, I'm hanging up my cape. If you don't want success, if you don't want this for yourself, I'm not doing it no more. But I still continue to help people. I still get on these apps. I still counsel people behind the scenes. I still take phone calls and text messages and emails, and I respond to DMs, and I still give and give and give. And then the election happens. And you might be wondering, well, they're just two separate things. That doesn't make sense. It makes sense to me because what has historically happened in this country is that Black women are expected to give of ourselves in every capacity until we are completely exhausted and broken. And then you still want the corpse. It's not even enough that we do to the detriment of ourselves sometimes. You still want the corpse too. You want every last breath of our bodies. I mean, were we not taking care of other people's families and wet nurses? And were we not just doing all of these things that we were forced to do? And then in addition to that, we are feeding kids in the neighborhood and we're rallying people together and we're fighting for other groups. And what I've realized is we have been showing loyalty to everyone else who doesn't show loyalty to us. That when we say we mean all of us. When you say we, you mean the people who look like you. We have chosen to disregard that for the sake of humanity, to continue to give to those, even when we know they may not even see us as human and respect us. But because it's a greater good, that we're seeing that, okay, it's bigger than me. Maybe I should just bite the bullet and just go ahead and do it anyway. After seeing the numbers of who voted for whom, what women are really for us and who isn't for us, I can say with the utmost confidence that I am no longer carrying the burden and the responsibility of helping other women. Black women, Black men, Latin women showed up for Vice President Kamala Harris. We showed up wanting change and wanting something different. We showed up with this hope that we tend to have because sometimes all you have is hope. And we had this hope. We came out in droves and we did the early voting, talking about the election online, talking to their families and doing things behind the scenes just to make sure that we unified when it really counted. And there were even groups of white women who were saying, oh my gosh, I am finally awake. I can't believe that I am just now seeing these things and I'm just now realizing these things now. And you said you were going to talk to your sisters and your aunties and your cousins and your classmates and sorority sisters and people at church and the girls at the grocery store and lunch and brunch dates and all that. You told us you were going to do that. You told us you were going to rally together. You showed us the commercials where the husband was like, no, I tell my wife how to vote. And then you are in the booth and you secretly look at another white woman across the way and you all pencil in Kamala. Y'all told us that. You did. You told us that it was going to be different this time. We believed you. And then you do what you always do. You do what you always do. And so now we as Black women, we're going to go on sabbatical. I know for me, as a person who gives tremendously online. I do a lot of free stuff online. Even though I have paid services, I take time away from my family. I take time away from my own life. And I spend hours, 4-5 hours online teaching people things and helping people manifest the lives that they want. And I'm answering questions about the film industry, and I'm just giving and giving and giving. I've just decided that I'm no longer inspired to do that. And I give to people equally. When I woke up yesterday morning, which was Wednesday, November 6th, I no longer feel obligated nor inspired to give to other people, because you all have spoken. You have told us what you think of us, and that's okay. You have every right. You have every right to your vote. You have every right to your stance and your beliefs. We knew that in order for us as Black women to be seen as average, we had to be 1,000% more. And you had a woman who just proven herself left and right, up and down. And no one's perfect. No one's asking for perfection. But for some reason, we have to be perfect. But even without her perfection, she proved herself. And you chose a graper. You chose a graper. Convicted felon, you chose that. One good thing that should come out of this is that when the average person applies to a job and they ask you if you have a felony, it shouldn't matter anymore. Because if you can't get a job with a felony, you shouldn't be able to occupy the highest office. But now that we see that you can with a felony, everyone should be able to have equal access to every single job in this country. That should be one of the good things that comes out. Every single application should no longer ask if you have a felony, if you've been convicted of a felony, because you can hold the highest office with one. My cape was hung up in 2019. I am now closing the door. So after I do my free events at the end of this year, at the top of 2025, I am going to be very selective about whom I invest in and whom I give to. Because if you don't care about me and my family, my daughter, my granddaughter, my mother, my grandmother, it's 5 generations of us living. If you don't care about us, my son's safety as a young Black man and my husband's safety, when they go out in the streets, I'm not going to show any care to you. And I spend hours away from my family teaching you all things. So all that's going to shut down. I'm no longer inspired nor obligated. So I just have to thank you for showing us who we knew you were, but we hoped you weren't. And now that you have spoken again for the 3rd time, we can now adjust accordingly. We can move about life the way that you all do. You put yourselves first. You put the things that you want first. And I give my fellow sisters, my Black women, my sisters, I give all of us permission now to put ourselves first, to build our businesses, our communities. And we're going to do it quietly. We're not going to publicize everything. We're publicizing this aspect, yeah, but we're not going to publicize everything. So you're not going to know the things that we do. We as Black people know how to make $1 out of 15 cents. We know how to thrive under duress. Some of you, I'm not so sure. You might go through some things in the next 4 years that you haven't experienced before and you're not equipped to handle, but that's okay, because we're going to be all right. Now, please don't come asking us. Please don't come asking us how we deal and how we thrive. I think, you need to turn to the people that you believe are like-minded and support you and who have the same ideologies as you. Go ask them how you can deal with the things that we're all going to experience in the next 4 years. We're no longer going to occupy that mammy role, the auntie, the big sis, hey girl, hey. We're not going to do any of that. You all have drawn the line in the sand and you have shown us exactly what you want, what you believe, and what you desire. And we're going to take you at your word. We're no longer going to just hope that it's different. We're actually going to believe you. We're going to do what Mother Maya Angelou said. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. We didn't believe you the first time or the second time. We believe you now. And we know that when it comes to women's issues and the women's stance, we understand that when you say women, you don't mean all women. You've made your declaration. Now we're going to adjust. The chips going to fall where they may at this point. There's no reason for anyone to be upset about anything. You won fair and square. We are now all in this together. When the shit hits the fan and things might get a little tense, please don't come asking us for help, for support. You got this. You asked for this. So while you're over there minding and tending to yours, we're going to be minding and tending to ours. I think that's fair, right? You voted the way you voted. We voted the way that we voted. You all won fair and square. Cool. We're good with that. We're not sore losers. We just know that there's going to be some things that come down the pipeline that's going to be a little iffy. We know how to deal with iffy. I'm sure if you guys do. Okay? But that's all right. All right. So thank you for your honesty. Thank you for showing us who you are. Actually, you've been showing us who you are. Actually, let me change that. Thank you to us for finally believing what you've been saying about yourselves. And we're going to adjust accordingly. That's fair, right? We're tagging you in. So it's time for you to get in the game and learn how to play it. Now we're going to be on the sidelines, moisturizing and minding our business.
So majority of white women voted for Trump and black women are not having it. They're all coming out to say they are in the resting era. They're choosing themselves over anything. Even though these people have said they wanted, this relationship, they are together, they are the same women. It doesn't have anything to do with color and all of that, but they keep surprising them. According to the black women, okay, in this video, they keep surprising them, and they're saying, you know what, we are no longer, helping anybody. We are no longer standing for anybody. We're not going to hold any placard for anybody. If you're going through anything, in your home, in anything, in any way, you're your own. We are no longer coming out to support anybody. If it's not happening to a black person, we are not coming out. And they have decided to go on sabbatical, okay, just because of that. Anyway, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in this video, right? What do you think from all the things that you've heard from these black women? Let me know what your thoughts are. I would love to read from you, okay? Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now and be part of the family. And also do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, as well as drop that comment in the comment section, and also share with your friends to be a part of the family. Thank you so much, guys, and see you guys on my next video. Bye, guys.